Hey guys, this is the Sports Kid. It's Monday, June 16th, 2025, and thanks for tuning in to this week's podcast. My dad and I had a great time discussing famous father-son duos, along with more updates on the Detroit Tigers and the Stanley Cup Finals. I'm rolling out a new episode every week, so be sure to follow and subscribe so that you don't miss them. Thanks again, and enjoy the show.
This one is gonna fly! A three-run home run! Kerry Carpenter!
They give it to Jameer. Big hole. There he goes down to the 20-yard line. Angling to the 15. Gone, baby! 5! End zone! Touchdown, Detroit Lions!
Cade to the basket. Hooks on the run. He hits it. Pistons are back up.
Pass over the line. Here's Kane on a change. He scores! He caught the Flyers changing. Patrick Kane with a shot inside the left goal post.
It's Williams in motion. Low snap. Melrose stopped! Michigan makes a stand and comes up with a milestone playoff victory.
Is the Sports Kid Podcast. And here is your number one host, the one and only Sports Kid.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm the Sports Kid, and this is my dad, and we're here to bring you the latest on Detroit sports and more.
Yes, that is right. I'm just checking some things out once again. Thanks for tuning in. Looks like on the live stream here that we might be having some Wi-Fi issues again, so sorry for that, but we are pushing through with it. Episode 21, pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Been doing this. You're a seasoned veteran now, Emery, in the podcast studio, right?
What does that mean?
Huh?
What do you mean?
You don't know what a seasoned veteran is? Do you know what a veteran is?
Someone who's like experienced?
Yeah, seasoned means somebody that's been doing it a long time. So, episode 21. I do need to apologize because last week we talked about doing a giveaway. We had a really busy week last week. So we had a couple extra guests in the house. Emery's last week of
Baseball.
A lot of things going on last week, but baseball's behind us. Now we're just going to be focused on the podcast.
And practicing baseball.
Emery's not done with it. So I'll let him give you the update there, but we will still be doing the giveaway. We're going to announce that this week on Facebook, Instagram, and all that jazz. So if you're not following there, make sure you're following us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We're pushing everything out there. But I think that's kind of it right now for the latest podcast updates. Emery, what do you want to talk about today?
So we've got a great show for you today, as always. We're going to be talking about the Stanley Cup Finals, the NBA Finals, and if you saw in the title, we're going to be talking about the most famous father-son duos in all of like sports history. And it's kind of like fitting because it was like Father's Day, but first, as always, recent scores and updates. So yesterday the Tigers lost to the Reds 8-4, and they now have a record of 46-27. Wencel Perez went 2 for 3 with a home run, a run, and an RBI. I'm imagining all from the same thing.
Yeah, I think Wencel Perez is your Tiger.
Yeah.
Who's your Tiger? Wencel Perez.
Yeah, probably. And then on Saturday, the Panthers beat the Oilers 5-2, and the series is 3-2 Panthers, and they will play tomorrow, I believe, at 8 or something.
So Tuesday night,
Yeah,
8 p.m.
at Florida, but I'm not sure. They usually play at the night.
Yeah, that's probably pretty close to being right.
And then on Friday, the OKC Thunder beat the Pacers 111-104, and the series is tied 2-2. They play again tonight, actually, right now they're playing.
Should we turn it on?
Sure.
I think we should turn it on.
And SGA had 35 points, and Chet Holmgren had 14 points.
Nice.
And that's it for the recent scores and updates.
What about the recent scores and updates for the New Hope Church of Oxford Dodgers?
Oh.
You got to give your final update of how your baseball season went.
So, do I have to say the record?
Yes.
We went 3 for 11, or the record was 3-11, I think. Yeah, 3-11. Our last game, we were actually playing the best, like our last regular season game, we were playing the best team in the league. And we got really close to winning. We only lost by 1. And that was cool because it was actually like my first like under the lights game, which was fun because it got kind of heated up. Like a coach got thrown out. It kind of got crazy there. But like it was crazy because like I'd never really been in like a situation where like what we did on that like last play kind of thing where there was a runner on third and like we all played up. It was really weird.
So why don't you explain what was going on? So going into the
bottom of the 6th. So we only play 6 innings, and it was bottom of the 6th and tied, which is like really good for us because we usually struggle against better teams, really. So this was like kind of a big deal. Like they had last at bat, which was the only tough thing about it. But so there was a runner on third. So that's the winning run, is at third base. So what you do is you play up because that means that the play is at home. So if you get the ball, you throw it to your catcher and he's going to try to make the out. So like all the other stuff doesn't really matter in that situation. But they ended up stealing home. So we lost.
Yeah. So had all the, I think was it just a passed ball?
Yeah.
A pitch that was a little wild, went past the catcher.
And the kid just ran.
The backstops they're tricky in this division because they're deep, and if the catcher doesn't make the catch,
that was the thing with our team. There's a lot of stuff with our team, but we were just a very small team.
Young.
Yes.
Yeah, young and small.
Yes. We had no height, really.
Correct.
And like the team that we played for our playoff game.
So that was Friday. Was that Friday night?
That was Wednesday night.
Wednesday night was the last official season game under the lights.
And then on Saturday was our playoff game. We played one of the better teams in the league. They're a good, solid team. They've probably been playing with each other for a while, I'd imagine.
A lot of 7th graders.
Yeah, there's a lot of 7th graders. There's one kid on their team who's like 6 foot, probably.
Had a mustache.
He did, but it was like to start off the game. It was close. Like the first inning, we did pretty good. I did pretty good, like batting. So like we batted first. That was the thing is like. We weren't home. And that was the only like problem because not being home is just harder.
Yeah.
But
the away team, so you bat first, and that means you got to come out
with a lead, like a solid
score some runs.
Yeah, and we did the first inning. We had runners on, what was it, first and second or second and third.
Second and third.
And I was up there, and I hit the ball right to first base. It was like. I kind of check swinged, and it popped up right to the first baseman, but it dropped and went right through his legs. Yep. So I ended up being safe, and I didn't go 2. I almost went 2, but because I thought that other kid was gonna overthrow it or something, and I was ready to go 2. But
because it rolled out into right field, didn't it?
Yeah, it rolled out into right field, and the kid back there didn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
But 2 runs scored, and then I ended up scoring, and those were only 3 points.
Yep. 3 runs started us off hot in the first inning.
Yeah.
Top of the first inning.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was it.
Yeah.
And then I think they ended up scoring 13, something like that.
We lost by like 10 or 11.
Yeah. So it was a good. They're a very good team.
We still don't know who won the championship.
Yeah, I don't know.
We were gonna go, but no Orbit teams.
Yeah, none of the Oxford teams. So it was Oxford Lake Orion tournament.
Yeah.
And I guess I would say
Playoffs.
The whole season was Oxford and Lake Orion, but
yeah,
the playoffs were next year. We've already talked about splitting up the divisions to where we'll have Orba and Lake Orion. So that's what we're kind of shooting for.
Yeah.
That way you have a guaranteed one Oxford team versus a Lake Orion team.
Yeah.
This year, unfortunately, all the Oxford teams got knocked out in the first round. One team couldn't even field enough players, and so it was Lake Orion team.
Yeah.
Lake Orion ran the playoffs. So
yeah, I'm just wondering. I just want to know who won, really.
Yeah, I looked earlier, and there was no update on that, but we can look really quickly here. But what else is going on? So that was that. Done with baseball now, for the summer at least. It was a good time. Let me ask you, what was your highlight moment?
Yeah,
no updates yet.
Like,
what was your favorite moment? Like something that stuck out to you? Maybe it was a play you made. Maybe it was a hit that you had. Maybe it was just a game that you guys won. Let's take a quick break to shout out one of our awesome sponsors, the North Oakland Staffing Agency, or the NOXA for short. Whether you're a business looking for top talent or someone ready to take the next step in your career, the NOXA is here to help you grow to your potential. Born out of a true love for people, the North Oakland Staffing Agency serves northern Oakland County, Michigan, and beyond, offering staffing, recruiting, internships, and consulting services. As a client, you'll get personalized attention, real understanding of your needs, and a team that won't stop until they find the right fit. So if you're ready to grow, visit thenoxa.com. That's THENOKSA.com and take the next step with the staffing agency that puts people first. Now, back to the show.
I don't know. There wasn't I don't feel like I had any standout moments. I'd probably say that last game when I hit that one.
Yeah.
But besides that,
okay,
that was probably it. Because I got excited.
You made some plays.
Yeah, I made a lot of plays. But
even in that last game, you made a pretty good catch.
Yeah, that play was good.
You were heads on, knew what you were doing, charged the ball, made the catch, held the runner at third.
Yeah.
Right?
Probably that last game was the best, I'd say.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It was fun. But all right. What else do you want to talk about?
I say we move into the Stanley Cup Finals.
Okay. Where are we at with it?
So this will be game 6. So Florida will be playing in Florida. All I have to do is just win this one game, get myself a nice good old hat.
It has been a very tight series. I mean, I've said it multiple times. I was talking to somebody the other day again. This is the best hockey you will watch. I mean, and honestly, arguably
Better than the Wings back?
Well, I'm just saying,
now?
Yeah. I mean, there were some great times where hockey was good. It was obviously really good back then, but this is the best it gets. And I would go as far as, again, I've said this multiple times, probably say it another time, but this is the best you'll see in professional sports.
For the playoffs?
Competition, yeah.
Yeah. Playoff hockey's fun to watch. We hadn't really watched much of it. We really hadn't really watched most of the playoff hockey until the Stanley Cup Finals.
Oh, we just got Mom just sent us a picture. So Jim Douglas ended up winning the whole thing. And that was the team that beat us in the first round. So
wait, against who?
everybody. They went on to play Shkreli. And then I don't know who they played after that. But so losing, I've said this before as well.
Losing to the best is always okay.
It's always good to lose to the best. Right?
Yeah. I had said I
mean, you don't want to lose to a team that ends up losing right away. Right?
Yeah.
So losing. So anyway, sorry, we backed up to the baseball talk, but that was breaking news.
Yeah.
So we had to chime in with that. I don't think I have a. Yeah, that's it. So.
But yeah.
So anyway, back to Panthers, Oilers. Again, if people listening, watching right now have not watched this Stanley Cup Finals,
or even watch the highlights or anything.
Yeah, I implore you, tune in tomorrow night, Tuesday, June 17th, 8 p.m., Game 6 in Florida.
What'd I say?
Florida is they're up 3-2. They could win it.
Yes.
But
what do you mean could?
I made my prediction that this is going 7 games.
I made my prediction it's going 6 games. I said they're going to win in Florida. And
I'm fine with that. I'm also
fine with them winning in Game 7, Game 6. I still get the hat. It doesn't matter. There's
been 3 overtime games now. I mean, this series is awesome.
Imagine it's overtime, not even overtime Game 7, a shootout in Game 7.
Yeah, they won't have shootouts. They just keep going to overtime.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's no shootouts?
Not in the playoffs.
Oh.
But you will not watch better hockey than this, and you will not, again, just said it, you will not watch better, in my opinion, professional sports than what's going on right now with Florida and Edmonton. So that's just my 2 cents. We've got a couple comments coming in. Sherman, hello. And then we've got Paw. He said, I haven't watched any, but I will for sure check it out to see which one of you is right with your prediction. Yeah, Emery could be right.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that. I think Florida will win it.
Either way.
If Florida wins it, who will Connor McDavid be the MVP again?
Conn Smythe or whatever it's called.
I don't think so.
I just hope not. I hope not.
So here's some news right now. The Oilers haven't even named their starting goalie for Game 6. They've struggled. They pulled their star goalie, I think, in a couple games now.
Skinner. They pulled him in the first quarter because or second quarter, mid-second quarter, whatever, because they had already scored 3 goals on him.
Period.
Period. Quarter.
Yeah, Skinner is 7-6 with.
Oh, look, it's Zach's favorite thing.
2.99.
I wish I could make everything from the logo.
Games against, goals against. It's at 891 save percentage and 3 shutouts and 14 starts during the playoffs.
But did he have?
So Edmonton's trying to decide who they're even going to put between the pipes, between Skinner and Pickard. So that will be interesting. And it says a lot. I mean, they've got 2 pretty good goalies, but listen.
Florida only has 1.
Last line of defense. Yeah, Florida definitely has the better goalie.
Yeah.
So it will be a very exciting game. We will be watching tomorrow night for sure.
Yeah.
And just a quick update, we do have the OKC Pacers game on here in the studio.
I don't know what the score is.
Yeah, we got a commercial break right now, but I thought, I don't know, when it gets back on, we'll throw up a score update.
Yeah.
Tigers have been looking really good, but a couple
I don't know.
Couple things going on. Jackson Jobe.
What's it called?
Tommy John.
Tommy John.
Jackson Job is out.
What's the score? What's the score?
Another comment coming in through my buddy Alec Curtis. Thanks for tuning in.
Oh, 12-17. OKC.
OKC is up by 5.
Yes, that's what we'd like to hear.
Yeah, I mean, we're watching this.
Basketball is boring.
What game is this? Okay, so the series is tied 2-2.
Game 4.
Yeah, it's not even going to get exciting to Game 7.
Not even.
I think Game 7 will be a little bit more hype, but
I think it's actually more evenly matched than I thought. I thought that OKC was going to sweep them.
yeah, I think a lot of people did. But alrighty, let's go back to the Tigers. So
When were we ever on that?
we were just talking about Jackson Job. Oh, this is a big series coming up too.
Paul Skeens.
Yeah,
Is
Tigers
that what you meant by big series?
yeah, playing against the Pirates. And okay, so who is? I thought that they talked about. I read something about who was going to start pitching.
I don't know.
Like if they should move Scoobs to pitch against Skeens, which I think they should.
I don't know.
How did they do against the Reds?
They lost every game,
No.
or except that. Then they got pummeled,
Okay, they went 11-5 in Game 1.
and they lost 11-1.
Game 2. And then 8-4. So here's the thing.
They couldn't stop Ellie.
I don't know if you know this or not. Baez has taken a turn for the worst.
Really?
Javier Baez has been struggling.
We all knew he would.
He went off hurt, from what I heard. So let's find. I'm pulling up the stats here to see.
Oh, looks like he's gonna have to get hip surgery again.
He could be injured. Let's look up the stats. I want to do it.
My, it's up there.
How do I do it by game? So Baez currently is at 280.
It's fine. How many home runs?
But I want to see. I want it to show his last several games. All right, right there. Okay, actually, according to this,
No, he's only had one home run.
the last 7 games.
But he's had a hit every game.
No, he's had 7 hits in 7 games, but he did not have. I need to see the breakdown per game.
Oh, wait, that doesn't mean that he's had a hit every game. That just means that he's had 7 hits.
Game logs. Here we go. Here we go. Here's the game logs. All right. So he's had 1 home run in the month of June. Okay, not too good. Hits, he's had 14.
Not bad.
In the month of June, he's currently averaging 304,
It's fine.
which is fine. Better than May. Actually, May was terrible, 250. Terrible. That's not terrible, but he had 5 home runs. Only 1 in April.
You know what I've been doing?
So would you call this a resurgence? Let me ask you the question. Because a couple of weeks ago when we had Mike on, we were talking about this resurgency of Javier Baez. Because he was hot. He was hitting some dingers.
Yeah, he's fine.
Hitting some home runs.
How many home runs has he had in total? Oh, 7. He only had 7. Week.
Hmm?
He only had 7? Wenzel Perez almost has more, and he's only played like the past 5 games.
Yeah. He said the last 3 games, 2 RBIs, 4 hits.
Well, doesn't he
He's been
bat
doing
9th?
decent.
Hey, look, they even have him as a center fielder. RBI double.
Yeah. So I want to look at. So Baez, okay. I thought I I saw something that he went off the field hurt. So just keep that in our back pocket moving forward.
Wait, what is that?
I wanted to look at stats per player. We're going to now look at batting average. Oh, it jacks up every time we do that. So we're going to have to do it this way.
Hank Greenberg.
This is for the whole team forever or what?
Oh, it is.
It is.
It's Miguel Cabrera, Cecil Fielder.
Hank Greenberg, Cecil Fielder.
Wait,
how did I get to this screen?
What? All time.
There we go. Okay, sorry.
Wait, Torque has 16?
Torkelson's at 16. Riley Green at 14.
It's not that bad.
Kerry Carpenter's 13. I mean, they're double everybody else. Baez, Dingler's been awesome.
I like how Jake Rogers isn't. He's just kind of like, yeah, you can do it.
Montel Perez is 302.
And how many games has he played? Click on that.
17.
Torque has 69?
Yeah.
That's it.
So the Tigers are still doing good. Still number one team in baseball, right?
Yeah.
46-27. I mean, they got a substantial lead. Oh, this is something I wanted to talk to you
They
about.
don't have a substantial lead. What do you mean?
In the AL Central, they're 10 games up.
Oh, I thought you were saying an all because the Mets are win behind them.
Yeah, the Mets are very close. I know that.
And the Cubs.
Yeah,
The Cubs are doing good.
And the Dodgers. Here's one thing I want to talk to you about real quick. Remember when we were talking about there's the saying about being above 500? So like there's so many games above 500. Right?
Yeah.
They were like 20 games above 500.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
So like the win percentage right now is 630. So if you're doing the math,
That means they're 18 games.
they've played 46.
They're 19 games above.
Plus 27. Okay, is 73 divided by 2 would be 36 and a half would actually be 500. Understand what I'm saying? So 36 and 36 would be 500.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Take the total number of games divided by 2. That's your 500 mark. That's 50%. Now wins, if you did 46, that would be 46 minus 36 would put them at what?
10 games above.
10 games above that mark. But the way they actually say it is that those games have already been played. So you can't go down. You can only, like your wins can't go down. Your losses could go up. Does that make sense? So when they say that you're above 500, it's the differential. How many games do they need to lose to get to 500?
Oh.
And so in this sense, they would need to, there are 46 wins, 27 losses. They would have to, the math is
19.
46 minus 27. Boom. 19. Yeah. Where the Twins are one game above 500.
And then
Does
the
that make
Guardians
sense?
are 500.
Yep. They're exactly 500 in the percentage column. Yep. So the Tigers would have to lose 19 games in a row to get to 500. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Which is very difficult.
Hey, I mean, the Rockies can do it.
Yeah, well, the Rockies. They were talking about the Rockies. They fired their head coach. They're at 197. Okay. So they need to win.
They need to win.
What's that?
43
games. Yeah.
in a row.
Not happening. But for the Tigers, that's huge. Any team in baseball, it's huge. And the run differential, plus 80. And the Yankees are at 103. Nobody likes the Yankees.
The Astros? Oh, the Cubs are at 105.
That's crazy, too.
The Dodgers are only at 71.
I mean, 100, that's nuts.
Well, the New York Yankees have the most runs in the league.
Well, that's what it takes.
Wait, hold on.
Runs for, runs against.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Tigers still, they're very good, in my opinion, even this series against the Reds, a little concerning, but nothing really to get too upset about. Right? You can lose a series here and there.
Let me.
I mean, record in the last 10 games, they're 5-5. Just a little bit of a slump.
I want to say, Scooble does lead the league in pitches per inning at 14.
I think he went 7 again the other day.
Strikeouts and walks. He is batting average allowed. Paul Skeens is only at 176. Errors. Manny Machado leads the league. Why is that a thing?
Let's try to get to pitching here.
Oh, wait, never mind. Oh, wait. The Dodgers have the most home runs, 112. Their team batting average is 264. They've almost had 400 runs.
That's crazy.
Runs created, 391. I don't know what isolated power means.
I have a hard time. There we go. All right, I got Scooble on here. Or pitching stats for the Tigers. He's 7-2, wins, losses. 199 ERA.
What does that mean? Oh, that's
Earned run average. The average number of earned runs a pitcher allows per 9 innings. That's crazy.
Brant Herder. He's pretty good, actually. Wait.
But Jackson Jobe is down. Oh, Will Vest, I saw, also got injured.
Did he actually?
Yeah. Let me look.
Yoshi. I think Yoshi.
Saw some article about him having a hurt pinky.
Oh, Yoshi.
But I don't know.
Yoshinobu is at his ERA is 2.64. That's pretty good though.
Yoshinube
He
Yamamoto?
You know they have another Japanese guy now?
Hello, Moto. No.
Hai Sung Kim. This bombs it.
He's probably really good.
Yes.
All right, let's talk. Are we done? We kind of hit on, the Tigers are still the best team in baseball. Scooble's been awesome. Flaherty's been good.
They're pretty good.
Casey Mize, the kid, Will Vest. This team is definitely playoff bound.
Okay, he's only had 2 home runs, but he hasn't played that much.
Who's that?
Hai Sung Kim. He's only played like the last 2 games.
Oh, yeah, just 2 home runs in 2 games. No big deal.
Okay, let's talk about what we were actually.
Tigers are good. They're gonna rally. I'd like to see Paul Skeens. They're at home this week. Be cool to go to the game Thursday. I don't think that's gonna happen, but we got other stuff to take care of. All right,
Okay.
do you want to get to the main topic?
Yeah.
So pretty fitting, Father's Day being yesterday. Today is Monday. We're recording day after Father's Day. Oh, by the way, forgot to mention in the upfront podcast news that we will now be streaming again on Mondays. So Monday nights.
Oh,
baseball's over.
real quick, Shohei Ohtani's pitching again for the first time in like 2 years.
Oh yeah, that's breaking news. We will tune into that game probably. It's at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Somebody just drained a giant 3 on this game.
Why? I can't find this article. I can't find it.
You can't find it?
No.
Did you have it earlier?
Yep.
So can you do a search?
I'll find it.
Is Cecil Fielder and Prince Fielder on the list?
Stay tuned.
I was telling some guys at work about them today.
Really?
Great local. Let me help you here. 'cause
Not
we're
on
struggling.
there.
Great local father-son duo with some awesome stats.
You know who will be on there eventually? Michael Cabrera. His son's a stud.
Here we go.
Did you know that his son's super good?
Who?
Miguel Cabrera's son, Christopher
Oh,
Cabrera.
I thought you said his son's name was Michael.
He plays for the Pottstown Scout team. It's a team that plays in one tournament, and they win every game.
Nice.
Okay, so let's start off. Who are the 10 best father-son sports duo of all time? Sometimes greatness runs in the family. Several players in sports history have followed in their father's footsteps to become stars of their own. In fact, some of the greatest players in major North American sports are sons of former professional athletes. Not many father-son duos get the opportunity to play together, though. Like what LeBron and Bronny James did with the Los Angeles Lakers at the start of 2024-2025 season. In fact, they became the first father-son duo in NBA history to ever play in a game together.
All right, so just got to pause real quick. We got to give a source credit to this article.
They're not on the list.
No, source credit. This is Fox Sports, right?
Yeah.
So,
Huge Bronny James fan.
yeah, so anyway, Fox Sports diving right in with the Bronny stuff, which is garbage. I'm questioning this article already.
Okay, let's just move on to 10.
All right, who's number 10? This is at the list of top 10?
Yes. So at number 10, we have Howie Long and Chris Long and Kyle Long. The elder Long had an unusual path to the Hall of Fame career, playing at Villanova right before its college football program briefly shut down. But as he emerged as a standout there, the Raiders selected him in the second round of the 1981 NFL Draft. He went on to become one of the best defensive linemen in the NFL in the 1980s, making 8 Pro Bowls and helping the Raiders win a Super Bowl.
So we got some comments coming in. Mr. Tom Welch tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. He's got some guesses. Hall, Howie, Manning, Griffin, and Walton. So far he's got Howie. I would not doubt if the other guys are on the list. Let's find out.
But you haven't read this?
No.
Oh, I've read this a lot. Long's eldest son, Chris, followed in his footsteps. The second overall pick in 2008, Chris Long had several solid seasons with the Rams before winning a Super Bowl title with the Patriots in 2016 and the Eagles a year later. Long, who finished his career with 70 sacks, was one of few players in the NFL history to win back-to-back Super Bowls with different teams. He and his father also became the first father-son duo to ever win a Super Bowl. That's pretty cool.
That's really sweet.
Then Kyle Long, meanwhile, played on the other side of the ball. A 3-time Pro Bowl guard, was a first-round pick of the Bears, and he spent most of his career in Chicago, losing to the Eagles and his brother. In the memorable double doink playoff game, he joined the Chiefs for a season in 2021 after a 1-year retirement, but did not appear in any games with them due to injury. Number 9.
Thought you said they weren't on the list.
I didn't say that. I said, I don't know. Stay tuned. Cecil Fielder and Prince Fielder. A pair of...
This should be number 1. Just going to say that. Go ahead.
Number 1's better. Even though they're from Detroit, or played at Detroit, number 1 makes way more sense.
All right, keep going.
Are you reading it right now?
I just pulled it up, too. Yep.
A pair of Fielders are among the top power-hitting father-son duos in MLB history. Cecil Fielder was an all-star for the Tigers in the early 1990s after stints with the Blue Jays and in Japan, leading the American League in home runs in back-to-back seasons. He played in Japan?
Apparently.
Leading the American League, and he also became the first AL player since Babe Ruth to lead the league in RBIs for 3 straight seasons. He later won a World Series with the Yankees, finishing his career with 319 home runs and 3 All-Star nods. Wait, he left them and then won the World Series?
Yeah, apparently. That was probably, yeah. So go ahead and read about a younger fielder. They're leaving out one of the most important topics here between those two. But keep reading.
The younger fielder was every bit the hitter that his father was. He quickly emerged as one of the game's top sluggers when he was with the Brewers in the mid to late 2000s, hitting 50 home runs in his 3rd season. He later joined the Tigers, nearly helping them win a World Series in 2012. A 6-time All-Star, Prince Fielder's 50 home run season made the first father-son duo to record at least 40 home runs in a season. He also hit the same number of home runs as his father did in his career.
But here's what makes it crazier. So they both ended up finishing their careers with 319 home runs. But they also, this is what makes this like super crazy.
Can I read it or no?
Go ahead and read it.
They also had 72 2-out home runs.
97.
97
Close.
2-out home runs.
Okay, so hold on. That makes it crazy.
Yes.
Matched each other for career home runs. They also had the same number of 2-out home runs, but it gets better.
Then they also had the same number of 4th inning home runs, which is 49.
So that's crazy. 3 stats now that line up.
The same number of 5th inning home runs with 29, and the same number of 9th inning home runs with 18.
That's crazy.
The luck. Well, not a luck.
That's not luck. That's just like crazy. Like that's lottery type of like statistical craziness.
It's like winning the lottery, then going back, buying another ticket, and then winning it again.
Probably.
Which actually has happened before, but
Which does happen. Which is actually probably
probably
that probably happens more often than this. This is actually probably the only time this has ever happened. But yeah.
Yeah. Well,
that's crazy.
Okay, let's move on.
But we had to mention that.
Yes.
So anyway.
Moving on to number.
Hold on, we got a couple other guesses. So Pa was guessing the Ripkins and the Bonzes, and Tom came back with the Kachuk family. But keep going. Where are we at? So we talked about the fielders.
Okay, let's go to number.
Both came to Detroit.
Let's go to number 8.
Studs while they're here. Okay, let's keep going.
Prince Fielder was good, but
it was amazing that they signed him, and what was even more amazing was that they were able to sell his contract because he got very bad.
Did he
and
actually?
We thought that we were going to be stuck with him, and he was just a super heavy contract.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah,
and we had Miggy at the same
we
time.
didn't think we were ever going to get rid of him because his contract was so huge, and somehow they were able to get rid of him.
Number 8, Michael Thompson and Klay Thompson. Decades before Klay Thompson was the centerpiece of the Warriors dynasty, his father was a key contributor to the Lakers dynasty in the 1980s. He helped Los Angeles win a pair of titles, averaging over 10 points per game off the bench in those championship seasons. Prior to that, Thompson was taken with the number 1 overall pick in the 1978 draft by the Trail Blazers, enjoying 8 solid years there before joining the Spurs in 1986. Klay Thompson made up half of the Splash Brothers twosome that won 4 championships between 2014 and 2022. The 5-time All-Star averaged over 20 points per game in each of the Golden State title-winning seasons, with the Warriors reaching the NBA Finals 2 more times during his
10-year
Is it meant to be 10-year?
10-year. No, it's just like your career.
His
like,
tenure
length of time
with the team, the Thompsons are one of 5 father-son duos to have ever won an NBA title.
So here's what I think we need to do just for time's sake. I mean, we're getting into some good ones here, but we don't need to read the entire thing on each of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they're short.
Well, we'll talk about it. Talk about the highlights. Does that make sense?
So should we read this entire next one?
No, that one. Go ahead and read. Who's number 7?
Del Curry and Stephen Curry. I've never heard of Del Curry.
Yeah, I did not hear.
Yeah, let's
He's
just.
the other half of the Splash Brothers. So just read any highlights. So here's the big one. Del Curry broke out as one of the first great 3-point shooters in the league. He made 40.2%. And then Steph came out and took it to a whole nother level, setting a record for the most 3-pointers in 2021.
6 months before he won his first Finals MVP.
The next one to me, this one's better.
I don't know who either of these people are.
Yes, you do. They're a little bit before your time, but
Dale Earnhardt and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Huh?
Dale Earnhardt. Everybody knows
Can I
Dale
just read
Earnhardt.
this one? This one's super short.
Yeah, you can read the Earnhardts.
The Earnhardts are 2 of NASCAR's most iconic drivers. The elder Earnhardt participated in 676 Winston Cup races, winning 76 of them. Earnhardt's career came to an end after he was involved in a fatal crash on the final lap of the 2001 Daytona 500. He was
posthumously. Yeah.
Inducted into the NASCAR Hall of Fame inaugural class in 2010. Earnhardt Jr. won 26 Cup Series races, including the Daytona 500 twice, 2004 and 2014. He had 260 top 10 finishes in Cup races in his career and was named to the NASCAR Hall of Fame in 2021.
Yep. Yeah, the folks down south love them some Dale Earnhardt. But yeah, I was watching that race where he crashed.
Did he die?
Yeah. He was involved in a fatal crash on the final lap of the Daytona 500.
And then he died?
He died instantly in the crash. Yep.
I don't want to see the crash.
We're not going to watch the crash right now.
Wait, actually?
Yeah, it said right there. You just read it. And so his son, what's cool about it is Dale was one of the best. And then his son, I don't know when his son got into it. Probably about the same time. I don't know if they ever
How much
raced against each
skill
other.
is racing?
I mean, you're going really fast. You're only making one turn, though, the whole time.
Isn't it like...
But you're going fast. It's a lot of thought processing, right? You're going super fast. You got to make split decisions, and any wrong decision, you're crashing, getting thrown into the wall.
I didn't know about this next one, though.
Yeah, Pa says the Intimidator. So that was Dale's nickname.
I did not know about this next one.
Okay, read it.
Number 5, Bobby Bonds and Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
Before I want to read this one. There's a lot of stats in this one.
Okay, just read that first a little bit.
Before Barry Bonds reset the record books, his father also joined the record books in a unique way. Bobby Bonds, a 3-time All-Star, was just the second player to hit 300 career home runs and steal 300 bases, recording 332 home runs and 461 stolen bases.
Yeah, that's...
And then Bonds broke a couple of home runs.
Was Bobby Bonds on steroids?
Probably.
Probably not.
What do you mean? Yes, I bet he was. You should see Barry Bonds when he was a rookie. He's like,
Well, Barry was. I'm saying was Bobby Bonds. Was Bobby? We're Google searching this.
idiot.
Was Bobby Bonds on steroids?
Barry Bonds.
Barry was for sure. Nothing about Bobby. Okay. Might have been a smoker, it says, but nothing on Bobby Bonds.
Did Barry Bonds lift weight? No, he did much more than that.
So who was better then? His dad?
No. Bonds broke a couple of home runs record as well, hitting 73 home runs for the most in a single season ever in 2001, and setting the all-time record with 762.
Does he still hold that?
Yeah. No one's even close.
Most home runs of all time. Google. Barry Bonds. Go ahead and read it.
Okay, actually, Hank Aaron's very close.
Yeah, but he's not getting any closer.
That is true. Barry Bonds with 762 home runs, and close second, Hank Aaron with 755 home runs, and Babe Ruth in third with 714. You should look up active.
Pujols, A-Rod, Willie Mays, Ken Griffey Jr. Yeah, that's
McGuire,
Reggie Jackson, Manny Ramirez.
David Ortiz, Big Papi.
Yeah, that's not.
Big Papi,
Mickey Mantle, Miggy.
Chipper.
Yeah, I don't even know who would be current on this list.
Keep going on. Now. Mookie Betts,
Jose Canseco.
JD Martinez. Or no, he's retired.
Where's JD at?
Right there. He has 331.
Oh, over there. Still in this first column.
Oh, Mike Trout, he's still active.
I am Micah Trout.
He's not getting any closer, though.
Are the blue guys?
Francisco Lindor. Oh, no, 2025 home runs. Right down there. Yeah.
All right, we're going to look like current MLB. This is just the regular season. I don't know. Well, there we go. Active players.
Giancarlo Stanton.
Giancarlo.
Wait.
429. Mike Trout, 389. Goldschmidt, 369. Freddie Freeman.
Shohei is low on that list.
Any Detroit Tigers on here?
No.
No, not no more.
Nick Castellanos, a former one.
Yep. All right.
Oh, hey, Javi Baez.
Javi Baez, 188. It's got a ways to go. All right, so comment coming in from Paw. He said, so in NASCAR, you got to figure them guys are driving from 180 to over 200 miles an hour and sometimes over 500 laps. So there's a lot of skill needed and endurance. Yep.
Okay, number 4, we don't need to read any of it. Vladimir Guerrero and Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Yeah, we can
skip that.
I mean, they're apparently big in Canada, so let's keep going.
Yep, skip. Oh, number 3. So we had a prediction earlier. Bobby Hull and Brett Hull.
Yep.
That one's
What are the stats on them?
Brett Hull scored 741 goals in his career, the 5th highest in league history.
Yep.
He was actually that good.
Yeah, and he won Stanley Cups in 99 with the Stars and 2002 with the Red Wings. Two kids and a goat line. Do you remember who was on the 2 kids and a goat?
Brett Hull. Was it Datsuk?
Yeah.
I don't know the other one. Zetterberg? No.
Yeah.
Wait, was it actually?
2 kids and a goat line. 2 kids and a goat line. NHL. Oops. Yep. 2 kids and a goat.
No.
Datsuk, Brett Hall. Oh, boy, Devereaux. I thought Zetterberg ended up switching with them. Devereaux. I would have never guessed that. What is this here? Google might be wrong.
No, that is not. Is that actually Zetterberg?
No. 2 kids and a goat is Zetterberg, Datsuk, and Hall. See? Kids and a goat include.
Oh,
Okay, so
Zebra.
that's all right. Wow, even the Detroit Red Wings commented on this. So we were reading a little
so
post.
the
here.
original line in 2002 considered Brett Hull and Pavel Datsuk.
Wow.
Zetterberg replaced him in 2003.
Wow, there we go. So I was not wrong, actually, but I wasn't fully right. I just remember it as Hall, Datsuk, and Zetterberg. Would have never guessed Boyd Devereaux.
Was he even good?
I mean, you ever heard of him?
No.
I mean, he was good. He was fine, but it's not like he wasn't a Zetterberg.
I met Datsuk.
Yeah, you met him.
Okay, let's move on to number 2.
All right, we're getting close. Number 2.
Ken Griffey Sr. and Ken Griffey Jr.
Here we go. Now
It's probably a memorable one. Wasn't Ken Griffey like a fan favorite? Or not?
Yeah.
Not like for Detroit, but like
the Mariners.
feel this.
My dad actually had a Mariners hat. I think we got him a Mariners hat for Father's Day or something one year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Griffey. Everybody loved Griffey. Thought people still do.
He wasn't. He
When it comes
wasn't
to
on
sports
steroids,
cards, no.
and he was still really good.
Yeah, he was fast. When it comes to sports cards, people still collect
Yeah.
Ken Griffey cards. I mean, he was big, fan favorite. Well, read some of that stuff. Read that second paragraph.
The younger Griffey is known as one of the greatest players in MLB history. He was a 13-time All-Star and an MVP winner, leading the AL in homers 4 times. Junior, who mostly starred for the Mariners and Reds, also won 10 Gold Gloves in his career. He ranks 7th of all time with 630 career home runs, and he set a record at the time for the highest Hall of Fame voting share in 2016.
Yeah. Yeah. Ken Griffey Jr. is a legend for sure. I mean, just of like my era, of the 90s.
Yeah.
But even again, like I said, carrying on to now, people still love the dude. But, all right. So we've gone through 9.
That's one that I think it, like Barry Bonds on steroids probably would have been cool to watch because he just bomb it.
Yeah.
But then like it's also cool because like people like him who weren't on steroids were still like just
Super competitive.
Yeah. But that's like the thing. Like if you take Barry Bonds steroids away from him, how many home runs would he have? Never know.
You'll never know.
But then if you give Ken Griffey, like let's just say, give Hank Aaron steroids. Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, that would have been some crazy stuff back in the
1,000
day.
home.
Yeah, it would be nuts. All right, so we had the Longs, we had the Fielders, we had the Thompsons, the Currys, the Earnhardts, the Bonds,
the Guerreros,
Guerreros,
the Holes, the Griffies.
and now last but not least, let's give a little drum roll here for the final.
Wait, should I say their full names? Or should I just say like their family name?
Do the full name.
Like everyone?
Everyone, all of them.
Okay. Archie Manning, Peyton Manning, and Eli Manning, and soon to be Arch Manning like next year.
Was Arch, but that's not a son. It's like a nephew, isn't it?
Oh, technically.
Yeah.
It's Cooper Manning. So.
Yeah. But still, did Cooper Manning play? I think we looked that up before.
No, he was better than all of them. Then he got cancer. He couldn't play.
Oh.
And got sick. But now his son's a stud.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Nephew.
Good memory.
I mean, grandson.
Something like that. Well, he's like the nephew of
Cooper and Eli.
Of Archie.
Archie's the dad.
Of Cooper.
Yeah. That means it would make Arch the grandson.
Yes, but I'm saying he's like the nephew of Archie.
No.
Oh, wait. So Archie is the dad of Cooper.
Yeah. He's the dad of Peyton and
Okay.
Eli.
All right. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure you know your stuff here. I want to make sure
after him.
that your family tree is accurate.
He's named after him. They have the same name.
Right. His grandpa.
You mean uncle?
I don't know. Anyway, go ahead and read some stats because the Manning family somehow, whatever they drink, it's like in their water or in their food. Somehow they produce very healthy, great quarterbacks.
They are all quarterbacks?
With very...
Even before Cooper got, like, whatever he got, he was a quarterback, too.
But we cannot forget to mention the fact that they have large foreheads as well.
Gee. Yeah, they do. That's not a forehead. That's a 5-head.
They have very large foreheads. But hey, bigger brain, maybe bigger eyes.
I don't know.
That they can see and predict.
Omaha.
But they're also, the other thing to mention is they're just good dudes.
Yeah, they're just...
It's like a good family, it seems like.
Yeah.
The dad.
Remember on the Super
grandpa.
Bowl when they did the kicking thing?
Yeah.
And they were both so mad at it.
But read a couple of the stats about them. And yeah, Arch Manning. He's a stud.
Jeez. Oh.
Oh, we can flip through those in a minute. Read some of the stats first. I mean, there's like 10 paragraphs on this, you guys. But just grab a couple that you like. Comment coming in from Tom about their big forehead. He said just means they need a bigger helmet. Very true.
The Manning, I'm going to read this. Let's read that one last. Eli Manning could become a first ballot Hall of Famer soon. The Giants' decision to trade up and nab him with the first overall pick in 2004 NFL draft paid dividends. Yes, while the youngest Manning didn't have the individual prowess that his older brother had.
He was good, but he wasn't great.
He wasn't always on the better team.
Right.
Great.
But it said go ahead and read
pull
that.
off one of the biggest upsets in Super Bowl history in the 2007 season, giving the undefeated Patriots their first loss in a dramatic fashion. I believe that was the year that Randy Moss was on the team.
Probably. They were undefeated.
Yeah.
They were stacked.
They were good. They had Gronk.
Nobody wanted them to win.
No.
Everybody wanted the Giants.
Or maybe it wasn't. Because when Randy Moss played with Tom Brady, he had a broken leg and still played in the Super Bowl.
Really?
Yeah, I think.
Probably true.
Sounds like. And he's 2 quarters. Peyton, the elder of the two, lived up to the hype as generational prospect when the Colts selected him in the first overall. Yeah, but they were both first overall picks.
Mm-hmm.
And then soon to be
Arch Manning.
Was he a number? No, doesn't say. But he won 4 MVPs during his time in Indianapolis, and brought the Colts a Super Bowl title in 2006. Manning continued his all-time career with the Broncos.
A lot of people argue that he's the GOAT over top of Tom Brady. That's a different episode. But
Yeah. Okay. But let's read this last paragraph.
go ahead and read that one. And then
The
I want to
Manning-
get into the honorable mentions because there's some other good ones.
The Manning family could add a third generation to strengthen their standing on the list soon. Arch Manning, who was the grandson of Archie Manning and the nephew of Peyton and Eli, is set to begin his
nephew.
first season as Texas starting quarterback in 2025. The highly touted
Touted.
quarterback
He tweeted.
prospect has been widely considered as one of the favorites to win the Heisman in the upcoming season and viewed as the front runner to be the number 1 overall pick in the 2026 NFL draft, meaning there would then be 3 first overall picks in their family.
That'd be crazy. He will go number 1 just based on the bloodline.
Yeah.
Bloodline alone, they'll pick him.
Are we just going to read all these? Or just some of them?
No, read through some of them. There was a couple, like Tom, I think Tom, you guessed all of them
All of them?
here in the comments. Hall, Howie, Manning, Griffin. I think he meant Griffey. Walton.
Walton is on there.
Yep.
Okay.
See him? Bill Walton. The Waltons are
I
under
don't know
the
who-
honorable mention list. Pa had Ripken that was not on the list.
Because I don't think it's meant, because it's not brothers.
Right. He was guessing brothers and same Tom had Kachuk, but
But
I
then
guess
it's
the
technically
current Kachuk is the son of
the older, it's Brady Kachuk and Matthew Kachuk, who's the son of like,
Keith Kachuk or something.
yeah, that's his name, Keith Kachuk.
Yeah. They're not mentioned on here. But there's a couple good ones.
Deion Sanders, Shedeur Sanders, and Shiloh Sanders.
That's very honorable.
Joe Bryant and Kobe Bryant. Did not know that one. Ed McCaffrey and Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about the Ohio State one.
Yeah, we can skip the anybody from Ohio State. We will not talk about.
Calvin Hill and Grant Hill.
Yeah.
And we'll skip the
Richard
last.
Petty and Kyle Petty.
We'll skip the Bronny.
Some more NASCAR drivers there.
Petty?
We got to talk about those Petty boys
Where are they?
down there by the bottom.
Oh,
Grant Hill, Calvin Hill, you mentioned them, right?
yep.
Yeah.
Tim Hardaway and Tim Hardaway.
Yep. I think that was cool. That's a nice little list.
Who's Doc Rivers?
I don't know.
And Austin Rivers?
I don't know. You're supposed to know these things. Doc Rivers. He's a American basketball coach.
Huh?
Austin Rivers is American basketball shooting guard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Never
heard of him. Yeah. So, yeah, if we were doing brothers, we could do Big Brother, Little Brother, the Michigan Wolverines and Michigan State Spartans.
More like Michigan and Ohio State.
Yeah, they ain't even in the same family. Ohio
The
State.
Buckeyes.
Yeah, nobody talks about them.
I just want to say, Michigan beat them, and they had a terrible team last year, and they still beat them.
Yeah,
Was the score 13-10? Yes.
how many days?
Has it been since Ohio's? It's been like
All right, it's been over 2015 days since Michigan last lost to Ohio State. So I'm just going to keep that going. We should just open the show with that.
every day.
Every week, we're going to do the countdown. It's been 215 days. It's been 225 2 days, right? Something like that. I think that's a good idea. The Michigan clock. 225 days. What did that one say? Is that accurate? That's at 215. Shoot. We are up to 225.
That one hasn't been updated. This one, I'm telling you, this one is more.
Yep, every day they post. Ohio State has not beaten Michigan in football for 2,025 days.
Wow.
I like it. 2025, go blue. So we will be diving into football here pretty quick. June's halfway over. We're going to be into July, August, and right back into football. We're talking fantasy football a little bit today.
With who?
With the guy at work.
Oh.
So you're going to have to start looking into that. This is your year. First year.
Okay. We can talk about a whole nother episode about this. I just want to say for the past 3 years, I've been asking to do fantasy football. And my dad's like, yeah. And
we will do it. This is the year.
And then by the time we do it, it's too late.
Oh, we're talking about it now. That way we don't forget. So, all right. Did you have anything else for us? This is a good episode. Good show. Talk about famous fathers.
Quickly, I just want to say the thing that I've been doing the most is just watching Miguel Cabrera's last game. I just watch it over and over again.
Why?
I don't know. It's because he struck out every time.
So Tom chimed in here with a comment. He said, I heard trivia the other day. The Big House is the 3rd largest stadium in the world. It's crazy.
And it's only college.
Yeah. We will be going there this year for sure.
Yeah. It's been like 2 years.
Yeah, and by the way, that game was Indiana, 52-7. Keep wanting to say it was in Illinois, that game that we went to, but it was Indiana.
The Hoosiers?
Yep.
Aren't they like really good this year or something?
Yeah, I don't know. But all right, it's a good episode.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for Tom and Ron and Sherman, anybody else tuning in the chat, appreciate you guys for watching live, and those that are listening to the podcast, appreciate you too. Stay tuned to next week. Another exciting episode coming up next week, episode 22. We'll bring you some more latest on Detroit sports and more.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Yep.
Anything else? Should we close it out? It's late. Emery's yawning. He is yawning in the studio. Time to put a bed up. Put a bed up in the studio. Emery's tired.
Oh, no. Well, I just smoked you in wiffle balls.
Yeah, Emery beat me in wiffle ball earlier, so he thinks he's tired. All right, Tom, one last comment. He said one Big House had 115,000 fans, which is absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. And they keeps getting bigger every year. It seems like they add more seats or something to it. But
the crazy part is like even in like the very, very top deck, it's full.
Yeah. I'm excited. We're going to Ann Arbor this year. Michigan, I saw earlier. We didn't talk much about them lately, but they just signed like some other big 4-star recruit. So like they're just stacking their team up right now.
Yeah.
It is a great day to be
that
a Michigan Wolverine. All right. My mom just tuned in. Mom, we're tuning out.
Oh.
You'll have to watch the replay. Good night, Tom. We'll see you guys later. Halftime score, OKC 59. Pacers, what was that? 43?
Yeah.
Something like that.
That sounds right.
So, all right. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week. Have a blessed week.
Thanks for tuning in to the Sports Kid Podcast. Tune in next week.